implementing KPIs effectively. We went over everything in there. We know at this point in time, you had a good idea, so everybody should be ready to go, and you should be ready for implementing. You know, you have your daily KPI tracker, and that's what we're talking about right here. These are going to be your daily KPIs. At this point, you should be on the edge of your seat. You should have tons of notes, and you should be ready to execute. So let's look at some of the common areas of where problems come up, right? So some of the common pitfalls and how to avoid them. Stakeholder buy-in. Everything rises and falls on the executive team, right? Team, you know, husband, wife, whatever the case may be. Bottom line is leadership is responsible for what it is. So make sure you go around, talk to your team, and communicate what the effectiveness, how it's going to be, what's in it for them, right? Make sure you're communicating that, okay? Ensure the data accuracy and reliability. Garbage in, garbage out. Good information makes good decisions. Bad information makes bad decisions, right? So let me tell you a story. When I was an early entrepreneur in my 20s, when I was building my first companies, I ran myself into a brick wall. And one of the reasons why I ran into the brick wall was because I wasn't looking at the right information in the business. Had I been able to spot those activities early on in the process, that would have made it real easy. So I like to do a lot of times, this is going to be your daily information, but as we get into the trend board, it's going to give you a little bit better picture, okay? Ensure that data, so communication and stakeholder engagement, make it their KPIs. This is going back into the leadership piece and what perhaps is the most important thing in the KPIs. We can't come out as leaders, whatever, CEO, founders, owner, department head, general manager, whatever your title is, foreman. We can't come out and assign the numbers, right? We have to take the time as leaders to sit down and explain to the team what it is we're looking to achieve, right? What are we looking to achieve with these? Okay, there is an achievement piece with it, right? So if we can go in there and clearly communicate what we can achieve, then we can get their buy-in, and then ultimately by making it their KPIs, they're bought in to making themselves, the team, and the company proud of them, right? And they're really brought into hitting those numbers. Best practices for KPI management. Regularly monitor and review processes, right? Maybe you're looking at KPIs and you got some processes that are just no longer, they served you great in the past and they worked really well in the past, but the KPIs are showing you maybe the market changed, maybe the good or service you provided changed, maybe there's some different things going on in the business that you can now see, okay? So let's go ahead and do that. Adjust the KPIs as needed, right? A lot of times we set it and forget it, right? You should be doing a quarterly heavy deep dive in KPIs. Like, hey, you know, if you're looking, for example, you're looking at a KPI and you've been looking at it every day for 3 months and the number hasn't improved, you're like, okay, do we just not care about this number? Are we not going to use it? Let's remove it. Maybe we can condense the KPIs, narrow the focus so the team has less to focus on and they can do better. Or maybe there's an emerging KPI, something that we need to pay attention to. Maybe we're trying some new initiatives. Maybe it's so new, we really don't know the outcomes yet, right? So let's go ahead and in there. So feel free to go ahead and do it. Adjust them as needed. Build a culture of accountability. We talked about it earlier, okay? Accountability is a superpower, okay? And I can tell you, I hear a lot of people say I'm accountable, but my thing would be to what, right? There has to be a number attached to it, and not even a number, a measurement. There has to be a form of measurement. If we're running our business off of feelings, we're going to lose constantly. So that wraps that one up. Let's dive into the next one.